grew up with.
Well, did they show that on Boomerang? Do they still
No,
have
not
that channel?
anymore. Not anymore.
That channel's long gone.
Boomerangs turned into a sad insult of what Cartoon Network used to be 10, 20 years ago. You're lucky if you can see a Johnny Bravo reprint or rerun on that.
Oh boy,
that's how bad it is, literally.
I still have old VHS tapes with some really questionable stuff on them. And like Pepe Le Pew attempting to rape that cat.
Yeah, really.
He was
constant sexual abuse.
Yeah, it was like
come here, my cherie.
Well, Speedy Gonzalez doesn't get any airtime anymore either.
My wife loves Speedy Gonzalez, and I mean that sarcastically. He's half Mexican.
Yeah. Right, yeah, exactly.
Especially the sleepy guy. Hey, Speedy. I am tired. I want to go to bed.
Oh, boy.
Joe says, hola.
Hola.
Joe, that's cultural appropriation, Joe. However, if one thing is true, Pepe Le Pew has taught young men. Sometimes you just got to take it. You just got to no matter what she says.
Just show my grandkid an episode. You show my grandkid an episode of Banana Splits, and she goes crazy. She loves that show.
Show the movie.
There's no Banana Splits movie.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't.
Yeah,
it was a Five Nights at Freddy's movie that they couldn't get the rights to.
Yeah, they did a movie, and it's basically I understand that from what I read. And
no one messes with Slowpoke Rodriguez. That's right.
They had they had a handshake. They lost Meredith. They had a handshake agreement on the.
I think she got mad at the Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Right.
They had a handshake agreement with Five Nights at Freddy's, and then when it came time to start shooting, they were like, "No deal, we're out."
Right.
And then they just got the Banana Splits, and it's a horror movie.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they filled it in with whatever they could.
She's back.
Yeah. Could they not get the Chuck E. Cheese characters?
Could they?
Well, Chuck E. Cheese still kind of exists, so I'm sure they don't want to be associated with a horror movie.
I was going to say, after the incident in Flint, did they really want the Chuck E. Cheese?
Look, I had a shootout at the Chuck E. Cheese near me, so there's something about that place.
Yeah, there was a shootout. There was a shootout the one here, and it's like, why are people getting mad at Chuck E. Cheese? Like, what's going on? I know the prices are high, but damn.
The videos coming from the IHOPs weren't quite good enough. That's what it was.
It's the kids. The kids make you crazy.
Literally, yeah.
You're right. You know, it's a bunch of kids around there. They're all unkept, little eating boogers and stuff, and you're just like, you know what?
At the IHOP, yeah.
Give my pistol. Wow. Bang, bang, bang. Let me run the intro, and we'll get right into it, guys. Here we go.
Okay.
Could be the pizza.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. I am Varian Grant, and this is Geekgasm. Your host is Lola, and she is right there. Of course,
muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
I'm not muted now.
It's not muted.
Hey, guys, it's me, Lola. I am back. Only for a couple weeks, though, because I do have to go get surgery. So I figured I'd come back. Yeah.
Figured you come back.
I figured I'd come back. Everybody missed me. And I miss everybody, so I wanted to come back before I went down for surgery.
Missed you.
Everybody misses me.
And for our listening audience, she is wearing a lovely sherbet ensemble today.
Like cotton candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I am not twerking.
I was told that they call that ombre.
Ombre.
Yeah.
Ombre.
Yep.
Ombre.
I don't know what it means, but
I just thought it was peach.
Peach.
Huh?
No, she's got the nice pink with the blue, and I think it goes to green.
Yeah, it's just the way it blends into each other.
Yeah.
And green.
Okay. Just cotton candy.
We call
Cotton
it
candy describes it. Looks good.
Yeah, it's a gradient effect.
Gradient effect.
Yeah.
See, that's the illustrator coming out of you, Randy.
Yeah.
I just got a standards and practice.
Well, don't you know he's a professional comic book designer, so he knows these things.
Oh yeah. He's been designing comics. He's been designing comics for years. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about, as I understand it, we're talking about comic blasphemy tonight.
Blasphemy, fun.
Yeah. And we're going to run the video again. I know some of you guys have already seen it.
Oh my
so
God!
Bear with us while
the longest 4 minutes of my life.
It just repeats over and
it
over.
Really does. It really does. And I find new things to get offended.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say, Lola? Everybody has to introduce themselves. Oh, everyone should introduce themselves first. Okay. Well, I'm Varian Grant. I'm the founder of IndieVolt Media LLC, and I'm here tonight. Thank you.
I feel better now.
Okay.
Put you in the middle. You feeling better tonight?
I am. Right. Who are you, sir?
I am Randy Zimmerman. I'm a longtime alternative and independent comics creator, publisher, whatever. I've done everything in the direct market you can imagine, and have done it for many decades. So right now, my specialty is commercial art for commercial and graphic art, mostly sequential art for advertising and educational purposes, because it pays more than the mainstream. And doing the Zim Geek channel over on YouTube. And of course, I'm part of the IndieVolt podcast.
And Miss Meredith.
Oh, me. Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Meredith Loughran. I am the associate editor over at Geek Insider, as well as the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast, and the project coordinator of IndieVent, which is an event that we're going to have coming up. It is a week-long event in November from the 9th through the 13th. Check out Crypt Week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Daphne.
She's the hardest working woman in podcasting.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of shows, man. She's
yeah. You know what? I am so sick of myself right now, and I actually have to escape out of here for just a little bit so that I can get over to another podcast, because I didn't know we were doing Geekgasm.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that after Daphne gets to introduce herself.
You had another show already lined up?
It's a 10 o'clock. I was last minute fill in for hosting, because Phil Lockler had some important things that needed to be done.
Well, that's good, because we'll be off by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, this show's only 1 hour, so yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. That works.
And finally, Miss, the last but not least, Rage Against the Machine.
Rage against the computer programming world. Hi, my name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist out of New York, which explains the rage part. I am the artist of the funny animal fantasy comic Tall Tales and the upcoming Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, premiering on Kickstarter January 4th, 2021. And I am just tickled pink with my sample from the printer here. So you can check out my work and sign up for updates at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, and my YouTube channel at Daphne Lage, Lage art.
Cool. I owe you a review, woman. You need to chase me down.
Well, like I said, you're the hardest working woman in podcasting. Hey, JD.
Hey, JD.
He's probably on the train already.
Yeah. There's a contest going on IndieVolt. Everyone's gonna you can win free comics if you get to the D and JD's names to answer for. Right now he won't tell us. Rebel Gamers says I want a tip.
I want a tip too. That's why I put my link up.
Link is up, Rebel Gaming.
Yeah.
Please tip generously.
So I'm gonna play the Comic Blast video. I know some of us have seen it already. I'm gonna play it. Prepare yourselves.
Oh, let me gird my loins.
I'd say it's good to get a female perspective on all of this, but
oh boy.
Yeah, sorry, didn't want to insult anybody.
Here we go.
Can we talk through it?
We can.
Isn't the Daphne sigh real loud?
Yeah, of course. I'll just sit here and roll my eyes and
I'll sit here and go, Jesus Christ.
Hi, I'm Garima, and I love reading comics.
Oh, boy.
And can I let you in on a little secret?
Aurora.
I have started designing one. But I think you will agree that designing comics like a pro is no easy task. I have to write the script, plan the layout, draw the art, create speech bubbles, compose the lettering, and put them together, panel by panel, one by one, page by page by page. There
Trace by
has to be a
trace.
better way of doing this. Presenting Comic Blast, a
Oh, it's
fun
so
and
hard to
easy
do the
way to
actual
create
work.
pro comic books. Let's have a look. Scripts for comics typically follow a structure, and Comic Blast powerful AI algorithms have been trained to analyze such scripts and identify components like panel, SFX text, dialogue, and speech bubbles. All I need to do is import the script and press this magic button. And voila! My entire
Voila.
comic book comes to life in a comic books just became 100 times faster.
Oof.
I can change the page
Wah,
layouts
wah,
instantaneously while retaining all the components on the page.
Mm-hmm.
I can even adjust the space between two panels or create new panels on the fly. I can even merge two speech bubbles into one by a simple drag and
Guano
drop.
guy. Hey yo, Guano
After
guy.
all, it never feels complete without that personal
Fair
touch.
enough, my artist.
To add the art,
That's
I
what she
simply
said.
import
Yes,
my
because
hand-drawn sketch, which
nothing
gets
says
auto-traced
personal
instantaneously.
like
I can
moving
even add
gutters.
the art
Cold.
I mean,
using
Yeah.
my
she hasn't
favorite
even gotten to
artist.
the artwork yet, and she's talking about how moving gutters is a personal touch.
Now,
She can't even call them gutters. That's the thing.
I don't know if you guys seen this, but she just said that the inking process that they did is tracing. So
Yeah.
inkers.
Yeah,
Adobe
everyone's gone. You're all fired.
Yeah, Adobe has weighed in your tracers.
Where's Jason Moore when you need him?
Yeah, he's gonna come in here and bitch us out. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so Adobe said it. Adobe said it's traced. Wow.
We all need a magic button.
Here we go.
We'll get to that when this is over. Marv came in with a video about that magic button.
Mm-hmm.
Comic Blast not only changes
Poof,
the way you
color.
design comics, it also
And bad color.
reimagines how you
Yeah.
consume them. For instance, CAN-based image synthesis
Consume,
enables
consume,
me to assign
obey,
more
consume.
visibility to the face
This is
of
your
any
god.
character. So next time when reading
Let's not
a
get
comic,
political here.
I can add my own selfie to it. Ta-da! I can even add a branching narrative
It doesn't
storyline
look
format.
anything like her. That's the problem.
So, depending
Poof.
on which egg I choose, the story will progress accordingly.
When I do comics, I think about little fire hoses
Bet
connecting
I'm
them all.
never going to get bored of reading the same comic ever again.
Never.
Not only this, Comic Blast enables you to add cool motion graphic and animation to your comic books.
Cool.
For instance, in this frame, I can add a simple animation and preview the effect. Wow! Let's add a complex animation of rotation and preview. Wonderful.
That
In
rock
this
was
frame
turning.
here,
Well, I mean, not for nothing
Let's
though.
add
If
depth
Photoshop
effect.
could do that, I'd be using it more often. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to completely dismiss the possibility.
wow, it's an awesome parallax effect. Comic Blast, a fun and easy way to create pro comic books that are beautiful, personalized, interactive,
Personalized.
animated,
Attractive.
and oh no, I am not reading from a script at all. These are my genuine thoughts.
100 times faster. Adobe. Oh, Jason Moore is here. Oh, sweet. Jason Moore says, Guano guy says, who was the pointing to? Right now, there's no one. Jason Moore says, Comic Blast can fuck right off.
Tell us how you really feel.
Just take the time to do the work. Learn the craft and don't wish for a fucking magic button. If you can't take the time to learn the craft, then get out of the industry.
But we're all waiting for a magic button.
Yeah, Rebel, that's
not to do our inking.
Rebel Gaming, that's Comics Blast, sir. Now, I was lucky enough. We had Marv. Marv was able to score an interview with exclusive. Yeah. My first copy, last copy.
Exactly.
It's gonna be called Adobe. Get it?
Yeah, Rebel Gaming. What would
Adobe? Yeah, I'm sure Larry's already writing the script for that right now.
What would the goal be for that book, though? You know, seriously, what would your goal be for that book?
Absolutely,
Anything,
10 grand.
anything.
10 grand. It's gonna, compete with
10
Keanu
grand,
Reeves,
yeah.
obviously.
So
The Adobe Niobe Blast.
Yeah.
Here we go. So Marv has exclusive interview.
Exclusive.
Here we go. Exclusive
to Indie Volt.
Yeah, here we go. Nope, you guys can't hear that, can you? I forget. I gotta turn the sound up all the time. Please. Here we go. All right.
So Garina, tell us about Comic Blast Magic.
Oh, his facial reaction.
There you go. There you go, folks.
Oh, Mark.
That was bada bangs, bada bangs.
That's the magic button we all strive for.
That's the magic button.
Yeah.
It's the true magic button.
Rebel says cash grab, 10K need to be cute. Yeah, you got to get that money, man. You got to get that money. So nobody here likes Comics Blast. I think we all think that it's
it is. No, it is.
And Adobe even JD says, I think she found the magic button. There's even like Adobe even says in their write-up of the program, which Daphne did in her video. You can check her video out over on her page. She says, I'll link it in the description of the video. She says that she pointed out something. They even said the way we put comics together currently, it's primitive. Was that the word they used?
Yes, primitive. Mm-hmm. That we're primitive, time-consuming, and some other nonsense. It's like complicated. We're primitive, time-consuming, and complicated.
And that was upsetting. I mean, you were red in that video. Like the first 5 minutes, you were like,
yeah. It's because look, there's a big difference between streamlining a process and not wanting to put in the work. Mm-hmm. And this program, as it is, was about not putting in the work. And the thing is, though, even with Adobe backtracking and saying this is for kids, the way it's presented in its entirety, there's absolutely nothing there that tells me that this was targeted for kids. And also the amount of time she uses the word pro, it's like, no, Adobe, you're not fooling me. It's like, I mean, I do suspect that they put this video out as is to kind of gauge a response. That's why the video is like, I'm suspecting that's why the video is like really generic. Yeah. They're using us for free R&D.
Meredith, you're the comic noob, or you were the comic noob at one point. How does that program, when you first seen the video, how did you feel about it? Because you've seen the video before, so.
Yeah, I was actually not really happy with it, only because I am taking the time to learn the different aspects of comic books. I still consider myself a noob. I just barely started paying for art. Mm-hmm. But I'm also learning the concept of, flatting. And, my first go at lettering is going to be in my book. Whether or not I go with that as the final copy. I just want to see what it. Yeah,
I have a video for that.
And I'm going to go visit and watch. But it's one of those things where like with a click of a button, there are no nuances from that. It's like, okay, to learn about the speech bubbles, to learn about who's speaking, what they look like. And Randy, I think it was you. I think it might have been you who said that you have to learn how to do it right before you can start breaking the rules.
Mm-hmm. It's just like any skill.
Yeah,
you need to learn the rules before you can break them. Yeah.
I mean, the thing, because it's like even seeing those pages again that popped up with the word balloons. I mean, even if you were if I were hypothetically using something like that, the amount of work that would have to go in to fix everything would be so time consuming. It's like I would just be better off just doing it right from the beginning, as opposed to just fixing what the AI gave me.
Yeah.
Rebel Gaming says, so does the programmer draw it for you, or does it still need art from another source? Asking for a friend. Well, no, you still have to hire the artist. I mean, you're still going to have to put some art in there.
Some sort of scribbles, yeah.
But here's the thing: when you want to do that branching there, like the interactive, choose your own, path type of comic, that means you're paying the artist twice, maybe even 3 times. I mean, depending on how many branching narratives you have,
every illustration would be a charge.
Yeah. So that could get pretty expensive. I do like that idea, but it's not unheard of. I've seen it before.
Yeah. I absolutely hate that format and the way it looks with the little hoses running between the two.
The choose your own adventure thing?
Nothing wrong with choose your own adventure. It's a little hose thing. If you follow the line, kids.
Well, you see, the funny thing is, it's like I didn't understand whether you were supposed to read the story that way or whether it was just showing you the branch off, and then however it displays, it's a little bit neater. I mean, I didn't quite understand how that branching was supposed to work because they never showed a finished product. That was the thing too. Like, because I could tell from the aspect ratio of the pages that it's like, well, you going for obviously this is not for print, so it's like, is this like for
digital
manga size? Is it just for digital? It's like, so.
Well, the size of the page.
I was going to say, with the animation, it can't be a PDF. So what the hell kind of file is it going to be?
Right. Like, is this something that's only good for online and, or for Facebook or something? So I didn't quite, so it's not that I understood. They didn't say it. Like, what exactly the final result is supposed to be of this. But then again, like I said before, I think this is just crappy R&D that Adobe is using this video to kind of gauge like what exactly, what reaction they're going to get from the product. Because
from the page size, it converted over to shows you their knowledge about what at least American comics are supposed to look like, because that layout was wider.
Right.
Then it should have been taller than it was in order to fit 11 by 16 field. They were aiming for, and I keep saying this, the manga size or a Scholastic School paperback book size, especially with the font that they were using on the lettering, because that lettering took over, some of that lettering took over, if not a third, then close to half of the individual panels. It's just looked ridiculous. Plus the balloons around the sound effects were just offensive.
Oh yeah, there were, it was just, there was a lot of things wrong. And mind you, this was even it's like the way the artwork was like the last thing that they talked about, it's like the lettering on the boxes were the important thing in the video. The artwork was like, you have to put and then here's the artwork, whatever trash,
incidental scribbles that we can put on the panel and then press another magic button and have it magically inked.
Yeah. Now, Lola's watching me make comics. Oh, I'm sorry, Meredith. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have one positive thing to say about it. And it's the fact that they are trying to develop a product that's geared towards comic books, which means that it seems to be going a little bit more mainstream. People are paying attention more. You're seeing comic books make, mainstream news. And I think that's a good thing. Well, even though I don't like the product itself, because I think that something like that will put a lot of people out of work, and then we're going to see less quality, I think. But at the same time, you're going to have a lot of people who are out there. It's almost like that, the field of self-publishing in prose. When it first came out, there was just so much garbage, and then people finally realized, hey, if I want to sell books and I don't want to be considered garbage. We need quality, and you start hiring editors, and it kind of turned into a cyclical thing, and it became better. Coming out of the gate like this, that's the only thing that I could say is that people are paying attention to the comic book industry overall. I think that's a stepping stone. I don't like it, even as a newbie, saying, hey, maybe I can, by having this, maybe I'll save myself some money on buying art or getting the coloring done, and maybe I can squeak by just enough to tweak it a little bit. I don't know,
well, I'm surprised they didn't put Pal Bam in there.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like it wasn't even stereotypical.
I do want to bring up that Jason says it's so frustrating that people try to diminish the effort it takes to create comics and are so damn lazy and uninterested in actual studying and learning because oh boo-hoo, it takes so long. And very good, and Jason, I know I mentioned it earlier, I'm not sure if you were listening, but when they put the ink on the page, she calls it tracing. And I guess that's what they labeled it, trace.
Well, because that's what it is. They're just making it. They're just vectorizing the lines, and the lines automatically make any pencils there black. So it's like they're just pretty much. But like I said, they were treating the artwork as such like bottom rung of the process. So it was, you see, the thing is like, yeah, it's like the whole thing with this, like what Meredith was saying, that it's like, oh, that comics is becoming mainstream because I guess of all the attention that it's getting and the money that it's making. And the problem is that this is the wrong type of attention, because this is the type of thing that comic book companies are not going to use this. It's design firms that are going to use this.
Well,
it's like,
you may have spoke too soon.
It's like, I mean, it's advertising that's going to use this, because it's
like I said, I think on Tuesday, it kind of explains why DC is aiming towards digital and YA novels,
right?
Because the format that she had there, again, that page size is perfect for the YA books, the Raina Telgemeier and the Dogman type books,
right?
That have incredibly simplistic illustrations in them.
Thanks, Jason. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you. I'm starting to turn the corner. But you guys are right. I mean, that like I am too, Meredith. I thought about what you said. I'm really excited to see. Like okay, there's maybe now someone will make a program. It's a little bit easier than Illustrator for lettering because I can't understand Illustrator to save my life.
Yeah, and I'll give you that because it took me a bit to switch over from using Photoshop to letter to using Illustrator, and so I understand that. But like I said in my video, Clip Studio Paint exists, so it's not like Adobe doesn't know what we're using. Mm-hmm. So it's like Clip Studio was made on the back of Photoshop. So there's no reason for Adobe to not make a product on the back of Clip Studio Paint, which honestly is something I would love to see, because I would love to be able to, because the thing with Clip Studio is that it's like Photoshop, but it's different enough that there's a learning curve, and I just don't have time for that. But I know Photoshop already. So if Adobe made something like Clip Studio, but it was in Photoshop, I'd be more than happy to use it, especially with those special effects.
Well, I don't know who owns Clip Studio, but now would be the time for Adobe to quietly go in and buy it.
Yeah,
God, no. God, no, please. I like Clip Studio. Jason says, yeah, I think the tracing thing was a reference to the image trace tool in Adobe Illustrator.
Yeah.
But I assume it's used in Comic Blast. At least that's what I hope they meant by using the term trace.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. That's what I think it is.
And they also suggested we use Fresco, which no one uses.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Meredith and Lola, you Indie Princess, you guys got comics coming out. You guys are working on your first books. Both of you have said, I'm not using it. And you're the market. You're not kids, but you're the person coming in just making books. You're the market they should have been going for, but neither one of you like it. So I mean, Meredith is giving it 2 thumbs down. maybe not 2 thumbs down, but she's giving it a I know. And then Indie Princess is she's giving it 2 thumbs down and 3 shakes. So yeah, she's called it comics blasphemy. So I mean, it's John Martin says, "Hey everyone, hey John, how's it going?"
John.
I personally,
even though I don't like it, I'm still gonna download it just to play around with it.
Right, you're gonna play around with it. Yeah, exactly.
Just to see what
which
it
is
can do.
fine. Which is absolutely fine. Yeah.
It did leave a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
Especially in regards to how much control you have over that. Are you going to be able to change the lettering once it's planted on once the magic button has gone through and altered it all? Are you going to be able to bend, shape, change the amount of letters per line or any of that? So
and they didn't really talk about the coloring
part. The whole
part.
thing to work.
And the coloring part was just a miraculous poof.
Right,
look, it's colored.
It just happened. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, though, for the magic button to work, you have to format your script specifically for the AI.
You would think so, yeah.
You know, so it's like you need to. I mean, it's like, and that's like no. It's no. That's too much. I'm not formatting anything.
I don't know a comic creator out there, especially one who does everything, that sits there and writes out a full script anyway.
Right.
I am not at all
curious.
I am not at all curious to know how it works.
Yeah.
I've got enough programs. I am on enough learning curves that I don't know. Because, you know, at this point in time, I think if I'm on one more learning curve, something old's got to go. And I kind of like those memories, you know?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're forgetting names. Yeah. You don't have phone numbers anymore.
Just wear my glasses.
Yeah.
There's my full script.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's like, what AI is going to be able to read that?
Yeah.
It can't.
Hell, I have a hard time reading it sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right? What did I draw here?
Yeah.
What is that, a house, a tarantula? What was I thinking?
I'm pretty sure that's a monkey. But anyway.
Right, okay.
But, yeah.
So do you guys, I mean, you don't have
We just lost him.
No, I'm here. I just mute myself when Lola's over there. But do you guys, I mean, it could open the door for other programs to say, hey, you know what, let's try to give the comic industry something, either a lettering program or I don't know, just something that, you know, make the job a little bit easier instead of trying to do everything for you. Because by doing everything for you, they essentially did everything wrong. John Martin says, y'all talking about the shitty program that's supposed to replace the comic creator. Get the fuck out of here.
Meredith just jumped out again.
Yeah.
Her Wi-Fi is probably acting up.
Yeah. Russ says, Randy knows how it works. What you don't know is that Meredith actually has Adobe Internet. They're getting into the Adobe. They don't.
They keep yanking her.
That's why. In all seriousness, though. That's why you should never let your computer snitch your Adobe programs. Like Adobe is constantly sending out information. You have to get your computer to. There's a setting there that keeps Photoshop and all the Adobe programs from snitching on you. And I'm serious. Find, look online. Keep your computers from conversing.
Yeah. For some of us, have to own actual legitimate copies of Photoshop for that to happen, though.
No, they're shutting down. No, they're shutting down people with legit copies because they want everybody to go on the cloud. Yeah. And that's like a whole other thing that pissed a lot of people off with Adobe. Like about a year or so ago, they were literally disabling people's physical copies. I mean, the serial numbers were legit.
They just disabled Meredith again.
And they were disabling people's copies because they want people to go on to, you have to use the cloud now. You have to pay for a subscription.
Jason says that, we have the cloud. Yeah, Jason Doobie says the animation studio I'm working at now is telling me to start using Clip Studio. What's wrong with it? Did I miss the start of the convo? No, Clip Studio is fine.
Clip Studio is fine. That's the legit one that we're comparing this Comics Blast program too. By all means, use Clip Studio. That seems to be a standard. It's I think it's made by a Japanese company. It's it was like developed with the use of mangaka artists. So it's specifically meant for this type of thing we're talking about.
Russ Leach says that don't buy that Comics Blast stuff. It gives you the shits. Guano guys.
Guano guy would know about that, right?
That's how I ended up with my video.
See, that's a good script, Randy. Go back to that.
That's a good script, Randy. I know what's going on there. Someone's consoling someone.
Yeah.
John Martin said, "Oh, you can use Clip Studio." Yeah, Clip Studio. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
JD says, "Once I get that program, I'll be the master of all comic."
I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Like I don't think Daphne is going to allow anything to come out of Dreamweaver Press having gone through the Comic Blast program.
I would like to see JD put something together on it. Honestly, I mean,
that's just because you want to point and laugh.
It's like, yeah, you know what? It's like, why not? I mean, like I said, it looks like a program that it's like if they didn't spend so much time insulting us, might have been cute to play around with. But their entire presentation was trash.
And again, I think a lot of that was a magician's trick too, because they were pulling the curtain off on a lot of stuff. All of a sudden, boom, everything's converted. Boom, all the lettering is there. Boom, it's all colored. Boom, it's all animated. I bet it takes forever for one of them animation programs to work through, where you could actually get that scenery to bend like that.
Well, I mean, I can't even figure out.
You'd have to have a hell of a lot of RAM.
You get on Facebook. That people are using on Facebook. It's like, you want me to believe that this program is like, going to make it easy.
And we don't have any proof that she was doing that in real time.
No, none.
That could be one of those Meredith editing tricks that I'm gonna.
Could be like the old style animation conversions. Your conversion will be done in 5 hours and 15 minutes. Go to bed. Go to bed. It'll be done by then. Yeah.
Once that Arthur Adams skin is available, you're all gone. Yeah.
There we go. Boom.
Yeah. Watch. That's the thing. They're gonna teach that machine how to draw like people. It's gonna learn. It's gonna learn like all the Varian Grant mistakes, all the Michael Turner like art. It's gonna be great. And then, I mean, if that happens, I want this character to punch this character right in the mouth. Yeah. Draw it.
Hey, kids, you too can draw like Michael Turner.
Yeah.
Let's get the Atomic Blast or the Comic Blast Michael Turner.
Atomic Blast.
Get it now, kids.
John says,
Mike Turner Comic Blast.
John Martin says that program was made by people without any skill. They couldn't put forth the effort to build up any skill. Yeah, and then why didn't they go get someone Why didn't they go get someone from the industry as a figurehead?
What are they gonna get?
Yeah.
I was gonna say a name, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type.
Hi, I am a Marvel editor, and I want to tell you how great this programming is.
No, but the thing is,
when's my life-changing socks coming?
This is a department at Adobe that decided to like put something together themselves, and they had no sense. Because like I said, if Adobe really wanted to put something that could rival Clip Studio, trust me, they would get people at Marvel and DC or whatever to really work with it. So, but this is just, I don't know.
I put them in the chat for you, Randy.
Hi, I'm Dan Didio, here to talk to you about Adobe Comic Blast.
Right.
See that happen.
I put a name in the chat for you, Randy, the private chat.
There we go. Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's so true. Only that would be a little drier. Hi, for $200, I could draw your picture, and then you could use it in Adobe Comic Blast. If you want it in color, it's an extra $200.
He is the mercenary type. He does come off as mercenary. Yeah.
You call that an ear? You call that a word balloon, kid? That's not a word balloon.
What is the magic button to write a script again? They are making on the AI.
There is. I just saw that program, Joe, yesterday, and I was going to post it. It's not from Adobe. It's from somebody else that'll run your plot for you and then fill out your your sentence structure, depending upon how you write the first couple of sentences.
Yeah, with Adobe Comic Blast and that.
I'm sure there are a lot of porn writers out there that are probably looking to buy that program as we speak, or should I say, erotica writers.
She comes into the room. Everything's dark and
she
smoky.
goes out. She comes in. She goes out.
Yeah. I with that program and the Comics Blast, making comics just become 1,000 times easier. And
yeah, but it's like, but you know what? It's like, even if what
I still say the way she says bubbles is sexy.
Oh boy.
I think I might be developing a crush on her after watching the video that many times.
There was a part of my video that I edited out because it just sounded too weird. What happened was that there was a part where I said, it's like, Garima, if you have a social media, I would recommend you shutting it down and lying low for a little bit, because girl, you in danger. And I go, that sounds too much like a threat. I better edit that out.
You probably shouldn't even have admitted that on air. We're live, everyone, and we are TVMA DLSP.
Everybody trying to find Gilman's email, like, hey,
because you know how Twitter can get sometimes. So.
It's not cool right now to work for Adobe or CD Projekt Red. Just take it out of your Twitter handle or your Twitter description.
This is if you're a giant company like Adobe and you're going to sink money into a program like that, you'd think that your R&D department would spend a year or so interviewing comic book creators at all levels on that, or on what is needed in a comic creation application. Well, you know what, Jason? I can almost guarantee you that they might have done that for a year, maybe a year and a half at the Marvel offices at this point. and I sincerely mean that, in my opinion.
Oh boy,
that is the kind of program you would end up getting.
Oh my goodness.
In my opinion, I sincerely, especially editorial. Hey, you think this is gonna work? Oh yeah, that'll be great. Hey, why don't you make a magic button? It'll work. That'll be it's a life-changing magic button.
Why? It will be so much quicker if I could just write my script and the words
would you like a toaster that burns Captain America's shield into it? That'll be great.
You think? Yeah, Lola wants that, but only so I can have Captain America toast in the morning. Hey, look, it's Cap, and then
exactly.
Of course,
here's one with the Hydra agent logo.
I need Hydra toast.
Hydra toast.
Hate is delicious.
Hydra toast, Hydra wife.
Yes. Hate and intolerance is delicious. Actually, here's the thing. People always talk about Hydra is Nazis. No, they're not. There are black people in Hydra.
They worship a gigantic squid.
That's right. They broke away from the Nazi party. They're adapting.
I doubt it, Randy. They managed.
You know what's funny is that the other day I learned that there really was a secret organization called the Octopus. Mm-hmm. That was like something like literally like Hydra. It was like government agents, and it was just like, I think it like happened in like the 30s or something. And I'm like going, oh my god,
Illuminati. Anyway,
that's like I'm more of a Bilderberg person myself.
Listen. I will join a secret organization.
COVID test.
I would join a secret organization. I would I'm thinking like, man, I'm looking at all these things like there's like Freemasons, which people say isn't that bad. There's Illuminati. I'm like, can I just join a secret organization?
There you go.
Yeah.
John Martin says, I thought it was the Octopussy.
I want a secret handshake without all the complicated, hand gestures.
Arrow Comics has a secret handshake.
Is that what it is? I joined a club one time. It was at a place called the Love Shack, and I didn't think it was wise after I go back there.
That wasn't a secret organization.
Oh, it was. No one could tell their wives.
Did you put all the keys in a bowl as you walked through the door?
Oh my god!
No one could tell the wives. We used to play gay chicken. The first guy to turn away was like the loser, and it was like, what's going on here, guys? It was called a Love Shack. It was a horrible place. I'm never
Cthulhu worshippers. There we go.
Cthulhu worshippers. Yeah, there we go. The Church of Spaghetti Monsters down from the house.
Yeah, there we are. Maybe Comic Blast will have a California wet omelet button in the first application update.
Hey, then it might be worth something.
If you press this button, it'll get you a good glass of gorilla milk.
Oh, guzzle it right there, like Bobby Drake.
Official sponsor of House of Bob.
I go to the casinos pretty often, and there's a game called Attack from the Planet Moolah that has cows and flying saucers. It's a funny game.
I think I might have seen that.
That has a magic button.
Yes,
when you go to your games, go plink, you push it. It's hilarious.
Meredith, so you're not going to buy the program, and let me ask you a question. We haven't thought about this. Because, listen, we all know editors who wake up in the morning, scratch their private area, and because they can be male or female, and says, I'm an editor today. I'm going to charge money for reading your book. Hey, I read your book. Give me $40, give me $50, give me $60, give me $100, give me $200, $300. I've seen a guy actually on his page request.
I almost forgot about Gorilla Milk.
He was requesting for a comic. He was asking for I think it was like $900 to review your comic. Well, I got a question. What happens when these same people get a hold of something like Comics Blast and they make it? They start coming to people who maybe like a Meredith who says, hey, could you do my art for my comic? Yeah, I got you. I'm just going to use Comics Blast. And Meredith gets it. She's like, what the hell is this? This isn't what I asked for. This looks horrible. This program could find its way worming into the industry, whether we like it or not.
Well, yeah, variations of it. Yeah, because it's I think that this is indicative of a larger problem in the creative industries, in all of them, where we have right now is a skill of value that not everybody has. But the people who run these companies would love nothing more than to not have to deal with us. Like, they want our skill, but they don't want us.
It's like the self-checkout lane at the Walmart.
Right. So this is a way for them to try to figure out how they can do that. Like, how they can just get anybody to do a job. So now all of a sudden you don't have a skill. Because anybody can do this. So why do I have to pay premium for you?
So what Adobe needs to do is they need to fly myself and the wife out to their headquarters for about 6 months. We'll straighten that program.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking to what Varian was saying, it's like you don't know who might be using it or not, I think that's where your networks really come into play. You're going to have your people who will flat out be totally against it. And, so it might turn into some other kind of click, but I think that's when your network is really going to come into play, when you find people who are kind of traditional as far as the skill set and making sure that they understand the level of skill and how much education that you need to get to a certain point so that your book looks a certain way.
Next week, Gamora will be kicking out a video that says, if you don't like my program, well, then just don't buy it.
Well,
this program wasn't made for you.
A program that's not really meant to be sold. No, but you see, the thing is with Adobe is that it's not really a program that's meant to be sold. They're just going to put it on their cloud service. If you're already paying $50 a month, you're going to get it whether you want it or not.
You like it or not? Yeah.
Jason said this new software part of Adobe Creative Cloud. Not yet, Jason. It's not there yet. I'm thinking the beginning of the year.
You're not that far out of it, Jason.
Yeah.
John Martin says you have to pay a premium. So with a decent book, look at Marvel. They don't want to pay a premium unless you're a rock star.
Right. Yeah. If you just want basic,
that's why you don't see very many rock stars working at Marvel anymore.
Well, I think, but that's deliberate though. Ever since the whole image blow up, they want to make sure rock stars never happen.
Well, that's what you consider premium is actually barely close to living wage.
Well, yeah, exactly. That, like I said,
unless you're in Argentina. So
that's the other issue. They want your talent, but they don't want you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not a lot of us
want your skill. They just don't want it. It's been and it's cruel to just pinpoint Marvel on this because at least in American comics, it's been that way ever since the get-go. the talent has always been looked down upon and paid next to nothing for.
We have a friend who works in advertising, and in 10 years he literally saw the average pay in advertising go from 6 figures and drop down to half.
No.
So this is, and he says that now it's like it used to be, if you learned a new skill, it would last you a couple of years. Now he says it doesn't even last you 6 months. So yeah, this is a larger issue. This is a larger issue.
You are going to use the Comics Blast whether you like it or not. We're Adobe, damn it. We control this shit. You matter of fact, we're gonna lock our programs together. You want to make a comic, it's gotta go to Comics Blast, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And
I'm old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to an Ames lettering guide before I do that.
I still draw on paper. So
how primitive of you.
Yeah, I got a tablet.
Do you draw on rocks too?
Yeah, I got the chisel and everything.
Tablets, it's like the Flintstones.
Yeah, really.
I don't think the program, and there's people on Twitter saying the program might not come out. It's been such a bad. You look at the video. What has it got? Doesn't even have many. People looked at the video, but they did not like or thumbs down.
Ratio.
Black Green Lantern movie. The fans just rebelled against it so much they went, "Oh yeah, well we never meant for that to come out."
247 thumbs up, 389 thumbs down currently.
There's a place where you can vote that video down.
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, there's a thumbs up and a thumb down.
We need to give that link out.
The Comics Blast. If you want to check out the Comics Blast video, I'll put the link in the chat.
Jason says, "Ha ha ha ha! I'm so old school. I used a tablet for the first time last week for my work." Yeah.
If you guys want to check out the Comics Blast video, I did put it in the chat.
I let her in Corel Draw.
Wow, Corel Draw. I haven't heard that in a while. I used to do that. Yeah, I used to use that program too.
Corel Draw.
Corel Draw. Wow.
Wow.
I
like the way it makes the boobles.
I did put the link in the chat. So if you want to go over there and let Adobe know how you feel, because I thought they would turn off the comments, but
I'm sure they would welcome your responses.
147 comments says, "Dear Adobe, please consult real artists before creating this kind of stuff. Actual comic artists are laughing their asses off at this. As a pro comic letterer, this is insulting."
Yeah. No, it really is. It really is.
So I think a Comic Blast related comic book will be instantly recognizable as such. Right. Everything they show in their shitty video is completely lifeless.
Like another industry.
And again, Marvel Comics YA novels, dude, those DC Comics YA novels, kind of pretty lifeless at times, in my opinion.
Just to bring up another industry to something like this happened was in it was in prose fiction,
erotic fiction,
with the well, actually that too, where everything began to switch over from illustrated covers to photoshopped clip art covers.
Yep.
And this switchover happened like 10-15 years ago or 20 years ago almost, and they have yet to really improve on the design sense of these covers. I mean, it's literally, they just have Photoshop jockeys on there smashing clip art together to make these covers, and it's just
standards and practices.
and it's like it completely, the whole dependence on just using digital media to create something, as opposed to, and like they're not even hiring actual like people who know how to design on the computer to create covers. They're just like getting, I don't know, Bob from accounting whose nephew needs a job and can he kind of knows the Photoshop. And these are the types of covers. They're really low quality covers.
It's always that goddamn Bob.
And these are, these are major companies. So it's like, and what happens is that we get, as a collective society, we get used to the lower and lower quality that a lot of people can't even tell the difference. It's like with movie posters. It's like, CalArts. Now, mind you, it's like, just for a little thing, the whole thing about CalArts, though, that was a term that was originally, the whole CalArts style was a term originally coined by John Kay of Ren and Stimpy because he hated Brad Bird and he was shitting on Iron Giant. Wow. So
well, that's sad because Iron Giant is actually a piece of art,
but that's where the term comes from. So it's like, so when people say CalArts style, it's like, oh, you don't really know what you're talking about.
Well, it sure has morphed into Steven's Universe, though.
Right? Because that's the funny thing is, nobody on Steven Universe went to CalArts. Nobody at She-Ra went to CalArts. But you know what they did graduate from? Webcomics.
Yeah, I used to call it Tumblr.
Bingo.
Tumblr. There we go. Jason Moore says, Jason Doobie said, what's the link? Yeah, I put the link in the chat. That's the YouTube video if you guys want to check out.
It's right above your comment, Jason.
Yeah, I'll put it back in the chat, though. If you guys want to check out that Adobe Blast video, check it out. It's right back there in the comments. Jason Moore says, I think a Comic Blast created comic book will be instantly. Oh, you read that already, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay. And Jason says, that's exactly what happened when we posted it.
Exactly. It's all big heads now. And we used to have these beautifully illustrated, painted covers, painted posters, and now it's just like big head.
I believe I remember seeing a documentary with Drew, I think it was. That. That's just phenomenal. Yeah. And
thank you, Jason.
And that's the thing, too. Drew retired because
luckily
of what Disney,
had a good time.
Disney was doing to his posters.
Yeah.
Because he would send in the paintings, and then all of a sudden, it's like someone messed with my poster.
Yeah. Well, guys, we gotta get out of here. I know we keep the conversation going forever. Yeah, we gotta leave. Yeah. It's an hour. So why don't we tell everybody?
Just because Jason's gotta go. Jason, I gotta go. But keep on creating comics. You all are awesome with your all unique styles and voices.
Yeah,
much love to you all. Much love to you, Jason. Thank you so much for listening. Do we have a number?
You can't get an AI to do what we do.
No.
Yeah, I am on the radio, but I'm not reporting numbers right now because for some reason it's not reporting them back to me. I don't get it, but I've been having internet problems all day. Well, I won't say internet problems.
Computer problems. Bob again over in China.
It started yesterday, and all my websites went down, all of them except for Liberty.
All my websites went down. Probably because we were talking about Adobe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good old Google.
They're after you, Marion.
Shut your ass down.
Meredith, I know you got to go first. Where can they find you at?
All right, you guys, you can follow me at indeevent.com, INDEEVENT. We've got a lot of great guests that are coming over. We've got a lot of stuff that's going to happen. Things like Killer Scavenger Hunt. We've got spooky tales that people are going to have their open mics and they're going to talk, they're going to actually read some of their flash fiction stories. We've got special guests like Charles Band coming, a couple of movie directors in horror. We've got some writers and we've got some web series and things like that. So it's going to be a really fun event. Go to Indeevent, INDEEVENT.com, and you can find my information there because I still have some slots open for anybody who still wants to participate.
Cool. Daphne, where can they find you at, man?
Well, if you are a fan of lovingly handcrafted, artisanal, not interfered by AI, funny animal fantasy, go to Tall Tales online, TAILS.com, and sign up to get the first 3 issues of Tall Tales as downloadable PDFs for free. And if you're also into art tutorials, demos, and the occasional rant or two, you can find me on YouTube at Daphne Lage Art.
There goes Meredith.
And Mr. Zim.
Hey, you can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman, on the Twitter under Randy Zim. I don't twit very often, but when I do, I twit as Randy Zim over there. You can find me at the Zim Geek channel, ZIMMGEEK, that I infrequently put up videos about different things, different comic things. And of course, you can find me here on Indie Volt. Well, I'm going to be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. along with Varian, or 9 a.m. Sorry, 9 a.m. Along with Varian, doing the breakfast buzz. I'll probably get up at 8 a.m. in order to get the room ready. But we'll be doing the breakfast buzz tomorrow morning. And then Sunday morning, I'll be doing the Sunday funnies that maybe Daphne will be in and somebody else that we haven't quite found yet, but they'll come forward. For the Sunday Funnies program at 9 a.m. on Sunday, where we talk about the more lighter side, more whimsical side of sequential art and comics related stuff. So we'll see you there. And then, of course, Varian and I will be back on Tuesday nights for the Indie Volt podcast.
Don't forget about
and
me.
the Indie Princess. Yes.
Yeah, she'll be there. And then you got a couple more. Geekgasms in you before you have to go off the surgery. So
I do. I have 3 more weeks, guys, and then I'll be off for a little while. Hopefully Meredith can take over for me for a little while. I'm gonna work that out with her and see if she can. If not, when I'm all healed up, I'll be back.
Well, we can find somebody to take your place just to keep the Wednesday night slots open.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I don't want Geekgasm to go away, so I'm gonna do my best.
Me and Randy may have to put on like bras and wigs and stuff to bras, but
maybe not the bras.
Yeah. we'll get it done. We'll get it done. I want to thank you guys for being on here. Again, I'm Varian Grant, KYD_V on Twitter, Varian Grant on Facebook. Find my company, Last Call Comics at lastcallcomics.com, indievolt.com. All that good stuff. Contact us, talk comics with us, tell us what you know. Maybe you do like Comics Blast. Put it in the chat. Let us know. Put it in the video description. Let us know. Hey, I like Comics Blast. I work for Adobe. I'm a plant. Let us know.
It was a plant that was on the video?
No. Yeah, I could.
In the background, yeah. In the background.
Yeah. Remember, guys, Comics
John
Blast.
Martin.
If your favorite creator's algorithm, that's the program for you.
Oh,
see you later.
Oh, that is so sad. You broke my heart there.
We're going to be back on Tuesday, right, for special non-political coverage on Indie Volt Radio.
I want to say so. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to figure it out. We'll let everyone know. You guys we probably will be for our lowest rated show ever.
Where certain words will be. Oh no, it'll be a great show. We're going to pull in huge numbers
all the way around the world. What happens? It'll be accented by a lot of screaming.
Are those idiots on those nitwits on Indie Volt talking about the election? No, we're there. Click. That's what'll happen. Certain words will be verbo forbidden unless you're bidding on something or playing euchre.
Yeah. So. You guys have a great day. We'll see you back here real soon.
Ciao.
Take care, everybody.